Generic greetings and welcome to Potion Craft. Today's beverage is a nice traditional simple cup of tea, not exactly an extreme alchemical concoction, however I'm still convinced there is some sort of magic in it. Anyway, Potion Craft is an Alchemist Simulator. You will have to take different ingredients and herbs etc. and combine them in order to create potions, vials, and then sell them, research, upgrade, all of that good stuff. This is the freely available demo, so links in the description so you can check it out yourself if you do so desire. The game is scheduled for release in 2021 as of the time recording. I don't know exactly when. Either way, top left, the game is in development. Features are subject to change, and if we go to about full version, there are several things that are currently not in this demo and they want to add. But either way, I think this video is going to be fairly representative of not only this demo, but what we will basically be doing moment to moment wise in the full game. So let's go to new game and I'll show you a little bit of it. I've only played about half an hour because it is quite a short demo, but certainly I think worth people's time, otherwise I wouldn't be making this video. But anyway, new game. So we are treated to a bit of a story. The story begins. Good. You are a novice alchemist wandering the world in search of your destiny. After a long journey, you have finally found a place to ply your trade. Abandoned house. You find an old abandoned house on the edge of town. Judging by the alchemy equipment and garden, the former owner seems to have practiced alchemy. Well, that's handy. Apparently, a wizard used to live here, but the layer of dust and the condition of the house suggests that it has been empty for a long time. Alright. Shop opening. You decide to turn the house into a potion shop. After several days of cleaning and preparing, the shop is ready for its first customers. It's time to remember your alchemy skills and start this new life in a new town. Good, so we've basically squatted and turned this place into our business. Fair enough. So a quick rundown. We've got our main, I guess, sort of experiment table in the center here. This blue vial represents the potion that we are currently trying to make. And as we add different ingredients, this will move around this board and either collect different research things which allow you to unlock different bits in the like traits and upgrades, and we can also obviously get and make potions. This is telling us how we add things to the cauldron. So on the right here we have a list of ingredients. We have terraria and we have winter bloom. Each one of these has a little bit of a flavor text there, and also shows you the movement that you will get when you place that in the cauldron. So if I go over to, say, the winter bloom, this is going to go from the left to the right, so you can see our little vial shown under here. I can't actually mouse over it, but you can see just how it says winter bloom on the right there. Our starting location is on the left, then you've got the sort of ... to an X, and that's where we will end up if we just dump it in the cauldron. The one on the far right is the place we'll move if we use our mortar and pestle and break that up. Currently that is not in. So either way, it's adding us to fling in some ingredients. So I'm going to put this in here, and there we go. We will get to there. So that has been added. I'm going to take 2 and put both of them in, and that you can see adds on to that. So we're going to go to there, and that's pretty good. Let's add some more. 1 and then 2, and there's all of our ingredients. So once that's done, we then stir it up so we can see we're doing that. As we move along, we're collecting these different things. And we finally get to this circle here with a question mark in it. So that means there is something there to craft, and we don't know what it is, but we'll just use our set of bellows here and blow on the fire. That'll boil the potion, and there we go. We have now made a weak potion of healing, and that is pretty much done. We will click finish potion, and there we go. We have now created a weak potion of healing. But as I mentioned, you can mill the herbs, so we can take this and put it in the mortar and pestle here, and we sort of smash that down, and then we get this, and this will then increase the distance. So basically, if you mill the herbs, you get double the effect. I guess there's a reason sometimes not to mill them, because you might want to just only go certain parts or have slightly different paths. But either way, we're going to take those herbs, fling them into there, and then I think we'll mill this other one. So we're getting the same effect, you can see, but only with half the herbs, so it is definitely worth the effort. So we'll stir that up, and then we'll continue on here, and then once again we will do that, and we get this potion. We can also save the recipe. We can only save a certain number of recipes, however you can extend that with your traits. So we can move between rooms as well. We got these little arrows on the outside, so we'll go to left here, and this is where we will have potions for sale. So someone will come up and it says, "Good afternoon. Yesterday at a friend's party, I burnt my tongue on some hot soup. Now I can't taste a thing, and I'm a brewer." Oh, well, that's unfortunate. "I need to be able to check the quality of my product." Yeah, that's what all hulks say. "My tongue is useless now. Do you have a healing tincture of some kind?" So I can give them one of these. You can see they're both healing 1 and a weak portion of healing. However, you can also see the ingredients that took to make them. So I'm going to give them this one here. So we'll pop it on the scales there, and that's exactly what they're looking for. So we will sell for 11 generic units of currency, so we gain that currency, and also our reputation goes up. The higher reputation, the better, and if it goes too low, you do get negative reputations. So there's another person coming in here, and she says, "My husband has been ill for some time now, but recently he's got even worse. He can't even get up. He's a fever and sweats. Do you have any medicine for my poor husband?" Yes, I do. That's there. And if we wanted to, we can haggle. Seems a bit unfair here, but there you are, capitalist society and all that. So we need to haggle. We can press the haggle button when it's over these yellow bits, and that will tip the balance so we get more money. But if we miss them or we spend more time just not clicking on anything, then it'll go against us and we'll end up losing money. So I'm going to click, 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 and then say click, 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 and then finally in the green. So we've gained 1 extra. That's fine, and we'll sell that, and then there you go. Lack of suitable potions. So we don't have the potions for them. So let's see. "Hello, mice have infested my hut even though I have a cat. The cat just lies on the cabinets and watches, and the mice do whatever they please. So I need a vial of rat poison. It'll be easier to poison those rodents than wait for the stupid cat's help." So how are we going to do that then? I'm going to go over to the far right here, and this is our garden, and you collect these herbs each day you collect herbs, so we've collected that there, and then we'll go back. And so, making a poison. The customer needs poison, which means you'll need to create a potion with the poison effect. You'll have to look for the most effects on your own throughout the map, but remember from your alchemy lessons that such a potion can be made from 1 terraria and 1 fireball. So we're going to go for 1 fireball. I'm going to mill it up because I think that's what we'll have to end up doing. Let's put that in there, and then 1 of these as well, and then mill, 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 and there we go. And then we'll stir it up, and you can see we're collecting these things, and we end up there. So job done. We will use our bellows, and there is our potion. We will save that recipe, which when you save it, I should point out, it also creates it, so that's pretty good. And then we'll say that there, and then we're going to go for haggling. So I'm going to go in yellow, 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 and yellow, 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 and that. There we go. So we've got 14 generic units of currency, and then that's sold. Okay, that's done, and that's basically the end of day. We're going to go to our bedroom, and we will sleep. That is the end of day 1, and end of the tutorial there as well. So we're going to go down. I should point out the look of the game. It's, I believe, inspired by old textbooks and pamphlets. I also think it's got this sort of wall-hanging tapestry type feel to it. It's very, I do very much appreciate the look of it. Another thing we can do is go down to the bottom, and this is our what is this? This is a basement where we have the Alchemy Machine. It's currently unavailable in the demo, and looking at this, looks like you can combine different potions, because that's looks to be poison, 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 healing, healing, where you've got sleep, 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 healing, 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 etc. And you can create things, but let's see what happens in the full game. So there we are. We now have some more ingredients, and they say move. So there's Wind Bloom, which use it like a fan to cool off, and it goes up and then along to the left there. I should point out we have on the top right our money, which is in, well, just gold here, or generic units of currency. Good reputation. Visitors in a good mood. That's all good. Potions cost 10% more, so we're getting more money. And haggling is enabled with visitors. We can also filter these to, that's all ingredients, potions, and miscellaneous, which is good. And you can set it by price or just by element, etc. We have our, I was going to say spell book, but it's recipe book. So we've currently got only healing and then poison. So I can actually just say brew this recipe there and brew each one if I wanted to. Instead of having to go and do this by putting these in, as long as we've researched it and saved it, and you can name the potion and you can change the type of bottle as well, so you can say I want it actually in that type of bottle. Yeah, so you can do that. That's pretty good. I like that. So you can say, for example, that one there, that's all weak potions, but then that might be a bigger one. There's your henge potion. You know, you can change the shape and size of the vials and obviously name it and put a description in. So there's a lot of curation in there. I'm guessing that later on in the game, especially in the full version, you will have to be managing a lot of these different things. We also have our Alchemist Path here, which just is basically going to give us extra talent points. And you can see gather ingredients from the garden, craft a potion, etc. So we'll go to the garden, and there's lots of ingredients that we will gather here. So we've got different, what's that? That's a different mushroom there, red mushroom. Yeah, there we go. So that's all gathered now, and I think we will also, yeah, get that there. That's fine. Go over to the top right again, and we have our talent points. So I can say go for Alchemy map visibility, so increase the radius by 10%, 20%, 30%, so when we move around here we'll find more. Okay, I want to go probably to the left hand side and up, so I'm going to put in one of those and we will mill that down, because we're just trying to do a little bit of exploring here, and then we'll go up to there, because I'm hoping that something's going to be around that location, but we'll put that in there, and then we'll mix this up, and so I have found something here, but it's there, see that? So I need to go to the left a little bit more, so another one of these fire blooms. Now you might notice that, hang on, what's happened here? I've milled all of this, and it's going to go to there. So if I put that in, you can see it's going to go into this sort of bones and sort of skull bit there. If you try to go through that or spend too long going through it, your potion will simply fail and you'll go back to the start. Similarly, this swirly thing makes you speed up, so it's got a positive bonus. But the thing is, you can put that in there. I can sort of mix this up and get to a point where I can stop, and then I can then brew it up. You might also the number change there as well. If you land directly on it, you can make a better potion. But let's see here. I'm going to make this one here. So this potion is a weak potion of light. So I will save the recipe. But at this time, what I'm going to do, because I know that this weak potion of light is, it's 2 of these fireballs. So I need to say 1. So I'll mill that up like so. And then, what was it? It was one of those to go up and mill that up as well. Oh, missed the mortar? Pestle? I always forget which one is which. Anyway, and then we'll put this one in again, and then mill that down, put that in there, and then stir it up. But we have to be a bit careful here, because I want to land so it says 2. So, moving on, there's 1 portion, and then a little bit more, 2. So let's see if this is a better portion. And it is a portion of light, so it's not a weak portion of light. We will save that. Did I actually save that one? Weak portion of light. I don't know if I saved the weak portion, did I? Yes, I did save it. Yes, okay, that's fine. Let's go for create a potion of light, craft a potion. I'm just getting all of these points, and we're going to go over to see what these want. Alchemist, give me a healing potion. A bandit shot me through the shoulder with an arrow yesterday. Very calm and collected. Let's haggle, and because they're in no position to argue, so let's just go ahead and get a nice bit of money there. 12 generic units of currency. Good afternoon. We have trouble in our village. Invasive beetles have taken up in our wheat fields. They're eating our harvest, and they're doing it fast. We need poison, so there is a poison there. Haggle, and I'll wait a little bit and haggle, 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 and that'll do us quite nicely. Sell. So you can see the sort of moment to moment here. I had some strange soup for lunch today, and now I don't feel so good. Oof. Do you have anything for a troubled gut? Okay, well, I don't think a potion of light would help, and you can see if I try to do this, they basically get a little bit upset, and they're really not bothered about that. So what I'll do is I will collect these again, and probably get myself some trading to get more profit, because why not? Move over to here, and then... Actually, do I need to move over there to craft? That's a question. Can I just craft from here? Yes, I can just brew a healing potion. So there's a healing potion. Once again, we'll go to haggle, and this is going to be quite a difficult one. Click, 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 and there we go. We gained a little bit more money. Merchant will pay 13. Job done. Hi, I'm the new alchemist. I'm a local herbalist. I gather plants and sell them. Want to see what I've got for sale? So, do you sell anything other than herbs? I only sell what I know about. Flowers, herbs, roots, and various berries and fruit. Okay, fair enough. So, I'll see what they have. So they have a couple of herbs that I don't currently possess. So I own some of that, I own some of that, that one I own, and that one I own, and it's only this tangleweed that I don't have, but the prices, you can see, fluctuate. So this one is red, so it shows that the prices are up. These ones' prices are down. I'm going to end dialogue. I don't want anything from them at this stage. I need a strong and fast-acting poison. Fast-acting poison, not fact-asting. That's not a word. Well, one of it is. So, I appreciate if you serve your questions and kept our little deal a secret. Your silence will be generously rewarded, of course. So, this is a bit dodgy. I could give them this poison. I'm just not gonna you know, ask any questions, I'm going to end the dialogue. I don't want to be dealing with that sort of person who is just wanting poison and not telling me what it's for. To be fair, the people coming and asking for poison could be completely lying to me, but at least I have plausible deniability. Hello, I was summoned to deal with ice elemental tormenting a mountain range. An ordinary sword is useless against elementals, but if you can give me a fire potion, I'll coat my blade with it and take that element down. Okay, fire potion then. I'm guessing fire potion is up the top right, so I'm going to go probably up the... That's not bad. That shadow chanterelle. If I go use the shadow chanterelle, I'll go that way, but then I've only got one, so I have to think about... I have to think about the... I guess the consequences of doing that, because I won't be able to reproduce it. Also, this is the fireball, slightly hot to the touch. I'm going to guesstimate that because fireball spell will be over there. I can see a thing there. I reckon mill that down. I reckon a couple of these. I reckon 3 is probably what's required, but I'm going to put all 3 in. Let's gamble. I reckon we'll get there, and let's stir it up. So zigzagging, collecting all of these, and yes, there is something up there, so if I can land it right, I might get a level 2. No. So I've not got a level 2, but if I wanted to, I could use one of these wind bloom, to go to the north. Do I want to do that? I sort of do. I'm going to move further to there to collect those, and then I'm going to get one of these wind blooms. I'll mill it anyway. You don't have to, but I'm going to mill it, and then we'll mix it in, and hopefully we'll be in the correct area. 2, yes. I should point out this thing here. I will show you what that does in a moment after I've crafted this potion. There's fire, so I will say save recipe, and while I'm on, I'm going to go for and make a very poor variation of it. So 1, 2, and I'm hoping some more of these grow for tomorrow. 3, and then stir. And done. And we'll just say, I'll go a bit further. So, for example, let's just craft it first. I don't want to use that just yet. I can probably describe it. Basically, this is water. It waters down whatever you've got in there. So if I, say, for example, put this in here, and I end up making a bit of a mistake. Oh, can you just send that? No, you cannot. So I'm going to say go over here. If I go, actually I don't want to get any further, you can see I'm hitting that bone and this potion is slowly going down. You can see the effectiveness. If I went further, it would fail. But I can put this water in, and that is pour water from the ladle to move the potion towards the centre. So basically that is now watered it down. There's nothing in there. I will dump everything, and I guess we've also got now some more stuff to collect there, and that gives us more map visibility. Let's go over. So they're wanting a fireball potion. I'm going to go with the potion of fire, and that's 35, but I am going to haggle because of that sort of person. So haggling, and haggle, done. And 39 generic units of currency. Our reputation is excellent, which means visitor is in a good mood, potions cost 20% more, and haggling is enabled. So, what a coincidence. Commander sent me to fight an elemental too, but this one is a fire elemental, so do you have anything that will cool him down? Yes, almost certainly. Let's go ahead and head towards... I'm going to head over here because that seems to be a reasonable thing. It's away from that, isn't it? So it could be that one, couldn't it? Because it is the direct opposite. Could it be that one? It's most likely going to be that one. But how am I going to get down there? I can go across and down a bit. Right, I'm going to have to be careful here. I'm going to use this. Actually, I'll just put it... I always mill them just as a matter of course, you see, and then put that in there, and then I want to just so I'm on the straight line with that, but I have to be very careful here. If that's direct across, I think a tiny bit more. There we go. And let's head to the... can I just stop there? No. I have to continue on. Shame. Cancel. I guess just one of those then. Stir it in. And then mill these ones up. Go across. I'm doing them one at a time, simply because I can. And we're not going to be there yet. Stirry, 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 stir. And then, if we're lucky, that'll be good. In there, and then we can get a level 2. And there we go. That is a potion of frost, so finish that. What you can also do, I think, as well, is put that in there, and then we're going to go mill that. I think you can do this, hang on. Mill that. Yeah, and I'll just move over there, stir that in, like that. Get another one, like that, and we'll stir that in too. And oh, I've actually passed too far, but if I put water in, see it slowly moves into there, and then, is that about right? Yeah, I'll do that. So I'll boil that one, and that is a weak potion. So finished potion. I didn't save it though, because I think I've maxed out. Am I maxed out? I think I've maxed out. Okay. Right, so I'll say that one there. Haggle. Haggle. That's a good haggle. And sell. And create that. That's good. And I think that is another good day, so we'll have a sleep. And check our herb garden here. Luckily, these grow very, very quickly, which is good. And we've also got more talents, so I'm going to go for recipe book increase. Let's see what they want. Greetings! I went fishing at the lake in the forest. I cast my line out and immediately got a bite. I reeled it in and tried to get it off the hook when the fish had some teeth, bit me on the palm, and they want... how can I fish now? They want to heal, I think. So, I think we'll make... Can we not make a better potion of healing? Let's see if we can make a better potion of healing. So, we'll be down. Like that. And then across. Like that. And then we'll go down again. And craft that up. Save the recipe potion. And there you go. Haggle. So, yeah. That's pretty good. I don't know if the final game will have ways to like slightly nudge that left and right so you can save things, but all of that is sort of up in the air, you never know. Finished digging up some stumps on my field and was planning to burn them to fertilise the soil with ash, but then, as luck would have it, it started to rain today, the stumps are soaked. I need to plough the field this week, help me out. Could see a weak potion of fire. Yes, that's what he's wanting. So sometimes it's a little bit ambiguous, but we got there in the end. And there we go. Sell that and continue on. I have so many cares and worries every day. I wash, cook, shop, and look after the children. I can spend all day on my feet and it's not sit down and rest once. Because of that, my feet are covered in calluses and corns. Perhaps you have a remedy for them. I think a potion of healing. Or, you know, get a better husband that'll help out, maybe. Let's haggle. Let's see. There we go. And sell. And who's this gent? Nice seeing you faces in these parts. He's selling mushrooms by the look of it. He only sells mushrooms. So we can go for... Oh, that's a green mushroom. Let's buy a couple of those. I've got a fairly decent amount of cash. Those I find quite useful as well. And that's pretty good too. I like buying them when they're on sale. And let's haggle. Always like a good haggle. There we go. It's a deal. Right. And more chieves. All these, as I said, are... they're not just like goals, but they also give you statistical increases, which is good. Strange guest came out to our hotel. He says he has a great fear of fire and refuses to use candles. Well, I have a potion of light. I assume that's what they're after. Once again, haggle, 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 haggle. I think we can risk the way back. And there we are. And sell that. We're doing well. 3 robbers attacked me yesterday. Oh, that's not so good. They wanted my money, but couldn't find any, so they gave me a good beating instead. But I did have money on me. I just hid it in a safe place. Though now I have to spend the money on healing potions. My whole body aches. That's... Well, I'm sorry about that, but, you know, we're in business. Let's sell that. There we go, and we're haggling as well. Hello, I heard there was a new alchemist in town. I came to say hi, the local sorceress, or witch if you like. That's what the locals call me. Anyway, I didn't just come out of curiosity. Do you happen to carry poison in your shop? Why would a witch need poison? Sometimes our witch recipes call for poison and human blood, but I'll get that myself somehow. Laughs. I mean, do we want to give them? Let's see if it provides does a negative effect. So brew that potion, and yes, we gain that money, but we didn't gain a negative effect for that one. Okay, so that's pretty good. We have managed to gain a fair amount of stuff. You can also create these things with more than one effect. So, for example, let's mill this up. What I want to do is actually explore to the right hand side here. So I'm just going to have a little look around because we may as well. And stir that in, and then there's something up the top right. Is there something that will get us there? Yes, the witch mushroom will get us there, but I've only got one of it. So again, I'm trying to make sustainable. So let's just get that, and then stir this in, and there we go. I have a feeling I've gone a little bit too far, but we should be able to water the recipe down. So let's just stir that right in, and then water. Can we? I think we'll get a level 2 off this. Come on. Yes, perfect. And then we'll brew up whatever this is. A potion of mana. Save the recipe. Good. But as I said, we can, say, go for a potion that does multiple things. So put that in. Stir that. And we want to go to the left. Stir that in to collect those. And I'll put a bit more in. Doesn't really matter. And stir that. And there's a level 2. We will brew that, but what I'll then do is go south. And I'm trying to find the south bit. That's going to take us very close to this, so it's a bit concerning, but I'll do my best. So let's see. It might fail this portion because we have to go through. Do that. Oh, we're just lucky enough. We just managed to get there. Okay, and then to the right, to the left here, sorry, and put that in there. Stir that in, and that'll be level 1. I think I'm going to put another one in to make this level 2, and we'll put that in. Stir it in. That's level 2, and then brew again. And we now have a potion of light and fire. So it's got 2 light and 2 fire, and that is finish. But I didn't save it because I didn't have the, sadly, the ability to get the recipe book. But we've now got that in there, and you can see we've created a potion of mana and with 2 different effects. I need to get a potion of lightning and a potion with 3 different effects, which is easy to do. I think lightning would be... Well, I guess lightning would be there? Oh no, there. There or there. One of the 2. Probably straight up. But I think you really get, hopefully, the moment-to-moment of the game. This is what you will be doing. And there's not much more to show you in the demo. Once I've crafted that, we finished chapter 1. Oh, we have to create a potion of poison as well. But yeah, once you've done that, it's basically the end of that. But there we go. That is a little bit of potion craft. In terms of the full version, you're going to have new ingredients. So a new ingredient type, rotating and erasing salts. So maybe you'll have nudges or remove certain things. New clients, merchants, orders and intrigues, which there was a bit of intrigue there. Someone coming up and asking me for a poison potion, not telling me. So hopefully you can get a bit of a story stuff going on there and focusing on different ways. We like a bit of a dodgy alchemist selling horrible things to horrible people or trying to help out the community, things like that. Legendary recipes in the Alchemy Machines, calendar events and different tracking there. New ingredient type, teleportation crystals. I really don't know what's going to go on there. Alternative potions, bases, wine, oil, and others. Yeah, because at the moment we're just brewing in, I'm guessing, water. Garden upgrades and planning management and shop upgrades, times a day, bookmarks, and much, much more. And I assume perhaps maybe even upgrades for your alchemical workshop, for your house in general. Either way, that is a little bit of the game. Overall, very much looking forward to the full game. I've very much enjoyed the demo, and I do like the almost, I wouldn't call it like visual programming, but I like the way we can, navigate on the map using like these things, and it's got a little bit something extra to it than just putting in some ingredients and getting, say, a couple of lines of, oh, it does this, this, and this. I like the way we sort of have to physically mix it in with this spoon, you see, and then we can do all these. All of these are nice and tactile. Now you can interact with them all, which is fairly good. I wonder what happens if we do that. No, we can't. Oh, we can't. They've thought about that one. Either way, if you like what you see, then by all means feel free to check the link out in the description. As I say, this is a freely available demo, so it only costs your time. And yeah, looking forward to what happens with the full game, and I probably will check that out as well. Either way, I hope you have enjoyed the video. Comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.